All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol IDEX, Ideanomics Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So Ideanomics Inc. has actually continued this bearish run. I stated way back on Monday we needed to pay close attention to how this was going to react. It was working its way up. It was in a very bullish trajectory, that there would be some type of pullback either yesterday or today. And yesterday and today we've been seeing that pullback happen due to the fact that this is a short week and also the uncertainty of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I've been saying it in all my videos, and I want every single investor to be aware of this, because next week could be a great week after the reports on how companies and sales was for the overall Black Friday and Cyber Monday market, or was it bad? So we need to stay tuned for that. So I wanted every single investor to be aware since yesterday that if it broke through support, you needed to watch this closely. And here we are seeing this break through not only support but the 50-day moving average, and it's actually ended up now slightly below it. I'm not saying that the bears have completely destroyed this chart, that this chart can't come back up, that the bulls have completely disappeared. I believe it's just people confirming their profits and so forth in this stage, and we're going to look at this closely. So let's go ahead and see our new support level here. Let me go ahead and put it one of the lowest points here in the sideways movement. And another thing I want to state is that we are seeing this in a nice sideways movement, holding itself up pretty neatly. That's the one good thing. It's not just dramatically dropping. I mean, it's been holding itself up pretty well. And the lowest point it reached yesterday was here at this point. I had stated that 221 was super important. 220, give or take, in that area, to pay close attention to how this stock was going to react. Where was it going to continue to go? And also pay close attention to that for the rest of the week and the upcoming week. Now, the highest point reached was way up here at 476. You can write that down, but before getting there, the highest point here before the fall was 373. This is when this was fighting to not fall any lower. So that's probably a really good point, 373, to write down as well. Now, I'm looking at this getting closer to one of the support levels that are important. And I know I'm kind of throwing out all these numbers, but I want you guys to write them down and keep them in mind. Now, this number, if support gets broken through, this is the next support you really want to keep an eye on, 242. Because that's the lowest point when this leveled off to continue the bullish run. If that gets broken through, the next point would be down here. But to not look at it so broadly and worry about down here, we have this point here at 221, 220, give or take, to pay close attention to. But this is a very important number, 242, due to the fact that when this leveled off, this is one of the lowest points before it continued to run. Now let's look at what's important here based off of the chart. Tomorrow, I believe the markets are closed. If anybody wants to correct me, you're more than welcome to, but I believe it is closed tomorrow. And then Friday, we have a short day. I think the markets are going to be open till about, I think 1 p.m. It's going to be a short day. So it could be good for the market, in favor of the market doing well, or it could be bad for the market. We need to see that and watch that closely, how it plays out. If anybody wants to confirm the hours of operation and so forth, you guys are more than welcome to share that with all investors and viewers, or correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that's what it is. So let's go ahead and look at what's important here for the next trading day. The first thing is the 50-day moving average, $3.01. If that gets broken through, we're back in bullish territory, and the bulls are going to start having to fight to pull away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. So it's going to be very important for the bulls to accomplish this. That's something that I want every single investor to be aware of, that this resistance level that we're about to talk about is not going to guarantee that the bulls have gained control. They need to break through 301 and pull away from it in an upward direction. Now, before we talk about resistance, I want to talk about support. This is the lowest point reached in this sideways movement, and that's 250. If 250 gets broken through, which we're currently at 274, this could be on its way down to newer lows. we have that 242 mark and the 221, 220 mark to see in between all those areas, where is this going? And are the bulls trying to pull back and bring it up, or are the bears dominating this? So very important for every single investor to be aware of that and pay close attention to this support level 250 and watch the behavior of this stock. Then we have those other numbers to keep in mind, but every time this breaks through a support, this is just pulling further and further away from the 50-day moving average, getting deeper into bearish territory. That's why I emphasize pay very close attention to how the stock is reacting if it breaks through support. Now, here we have our resistance. This resistance is 291. If 291 gets broken through, it could be used as support, and the bulls can break away from that point to reach newer highs. And it's going to be a very important indicator of this starting to create that staircase effect, because the bulls can then use it as support, bounce over it, get to the next resistance levels, and then break through one of the most important resistance levels up here and get themselves up to newer highs. So this is going to be a very important indicator based off the chart. So this needs to be turned into a support. It's the beginning catalyst for the bulls to actually start to work their way up. It doesn't signify that the bulls have gained control, but it is the beginning catalyst, and it shows that the bulls are getting closer to their goal to get into the 50-day moving average, above it, and into bullish territory. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen, and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like, for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates, and even on these dates there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.